What up? What up? This is RJ Fantasy Football Talk, and we are live, people, together.
We are live and in the same place at
Oh
the
my
same
God!
time for the first time in the history of
Oh
the show.
Lord, have mercy, man! Like, what do y'all think about this? So we got a funny story. This guy went to my old house. Now, granted,
We're gonna start off the show embarrassing me. Okay, that's cool.
granted, I haven't lived there in about 6 years. But the funny part is he's been to my house since I bought my house
Yes.
before. Now I don't know how he entered at the old house.
In my defense,
What defense is that?
being the organized person that
Okay.
I am.
All right.
And by the way, since we're in the new place, we have a completely different setup. So I don't even know where to look right now. I guess I'll look over. America, you over there? Okay. So
Okay.
Stop.
I need the red
You
light
have this
flashing on the
problem.
camera, right?
My hands
I'm looking
here.
at my normal spot,
No,
but
here.
Okay.
all right. So now I forgot my defense. But anyway, I've been to this house. I think I've only been to your house. This is the second time. I think. I've
Yeah,
been
it's the
here.
second time.
So I had in my phone his old address. So I was about to text him and say, "Okay, Rodney, where do you live?" I was like, "Oh, I already got it. I'm organized. I know where you live." So I drive to the spot with our producer behind camera, and we're looking around. It's like, hold up, none of this looks right. First off, I see a leasing office. I was like, "Why is there a leasing office? He don't live in an apartment." And so, you know,
I just
it
find
got messed up.
it did,
completely.
but it's okay though,
And so we're figuring it out here, and there's some issues, some volume. Let it go right out. We in the same spot, still got volume problems.
That's all right. But you'll work it out. We're in the same. Just being in the same place is the great thing about all of this. So we back. We're gonna talk some fantasy football like always. Because it's a beautiful thing, and it's draft time, and draft is tomorrow.
The draft starts tomorrow.
So we gotta get ready. So at the end of the day, we're gonna start with some news though. But I just want to say, brother, I appreciate. Look, we here. We in the same building. For y'all, I don't know. Like this is the first time doing this, and probably many more times we can get together. But we gonna make this thing work like usual, man. So
Hold up. If we switch it this way, is that any better? I don't know. So, hey, welcome, Lord Bracy over there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we work it that way, is it better?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, this is an issue where I packed. Like I said, first time we're in the same place at the same time. So we packed up the producer. Now we packed up the studio and we brought it down here to Virginia.
Sorry.
Oh.
I'm delayed. You know I'm delayed.
Okay.
So we good now.
No, just share.
Yeah.
Just share.
All right. So
we good.
we packed up the studio and I left out my sound mixer that we normally use. So, it kind of got messed up. I see in the comments that I need a hat. I actually have a hat. I left it at home also. So we both have the same R&J hat, but mine is up in Maryland with our sound mixer. So
Yeah, it's okay.
we all good though.
It's okay.
We're gonna work it out somehow. The point is we're both in the same place.
Yes.
We're getting the thumbs up. So bear with us. We'll try to do this. Hopefully everybody out there has been doing well. Before we get to some news, some fantasy updates out here are in order.
Hey, look,
we have
man,
a champion
I'm
amongst
just
us.
saying, this is what I do,
You got static now.
Oh, what just happened? Okay, keep talking.
So this is what I do. I win chips. I'm used to it. This is a thing that I'm used to. So I won a basketball championship this year, and I finished in second place in another league. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it again, honestly. But I may try my hands at it, honestly.
All right, let's try to work out a couple things. So you won a basketball championship. I was in a hockey champion. Well, third place. I made the playoffs. I was the best team
But that's
all
typical
season.
for you. Most times.
And completely lost it.
Who did you lose to?
I lost to that producer on the side. let's see. We gotta hopefully a fix on it. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Bear with us. We having a couple of technical difficulties. Uh, but what else is new in this off season?
Yeah, we'll get it straight though.
But we working on it behind the scenes. Hopefully, get stuff straight, and it's still there. We're being told. All right, so that didn't fix it at all. Let's see. Hold on. For just 1 second, I'm going to go to here, see if it's clipping, and waiting to see some feedback from our producer who's intently looking to see what's going on.
It's still there. It's not as loud.
Not as loud, but it's still a little bit of something.
Yeah. It's not good.
Alrighty then.
It might be better just plugging in two and just talking in one because when you had that, you didn't. Oh,
What? Hold on. What?
you're good.
You are good.
Go.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna start with some news. I don't know if I'm delayed or what, but over here, but we're gonna start with some news. We're gonna talk about Trent Williams. Obviously, I'm gonna get it out of the way because it's upsetting that we keep giving this guy money at 48 years old because he's not. I mean,
Right.
in I guess in adult years he's 48, but he's really old. Basically,
He's football old.
yes, and I just feel like at the end of the day, we gotta stop giving these people money, man. Like, what's going on here? Can we get younger at some point?
Hey,
Okay,
this,
there is noise,
this,
but it's like very faint.
okay. So we'll
It
still
doesn't
keep
really
working
interfere
on the
with y'all,
noise.
but I guess it depends on what level of annoyance your audience has with it.
Gotcha. So we might have to
But
do
you can
a
hear,
couple of
I can
things so
hear.
we can hear you.
It's like there, but not there.
Yeah. So for those that came in late,
But you can't
and
hear
now,
y'all now.
well, I don't even know what that means because you earlier said you could hear us.
No, but I mean,
Okay, but
Why you can't?
what?
no.
All right. So at any
You can
rate,
hear you all, but
you
but you're not as loud as you were.
okay?
Okay.
I'll
Well,
say it that way.
well, just FYI, we said at the top of the show what happened in moving the studio from Maryland to Virginia. We left some valuable pieces of equipment, if you will, back home, so we don't have the full setup. So if the audio continues to be an issue, we might have to find another way around it. But getting back to the 49ers,
Wow.
y'all have a pretty old team.
We the oldest team in the league.
Yeah, so I guess that's fitting with the Shanahan view. He has his system. He has the players that knows his system. And Trent Williams, you gotta admit that when he's not there, the offensive line has looked a lot worse.
You don't pay
It's
nobody.
probably time.
That's
at
missed
I
7
agree with
games
you.
a year. I mean, geez.
At his age, it's probably time to draft some rookies, get some youth in there. But there's other moves. This one hasn't officially happened yet, but the rumor mills have the possibility of AJ Brown leaving the Eagles
It
and
just
going.
looks odd.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, leaving the possibility of the Eagles trading AJ Brown to the Patriots. What do you think about that move?
I think it's more of a move because of the coach. It's more because
I was gonna say something about coaching
because
he
was the coach. He was his original coach in Tennessee, so
Mhm.
a lot of that plays into it. Honestly, is AJ Brown really that? And I'm not saying he's not good, but like, if you're gonna pick, because he's basically that contract is coming over from
Right.
Philly, which is $30 million. They ain't even want to pay Brady that as a quarterback, so it's like they want to pay a wide receiver that now. something don't add up here. I think it's more the fact that he wants his receiver back. But the question is, can he be productive?
Um, I mean, he has his books on the sideline,
not
and
the books.
so I think he'll look. I say this from a strictly passing perspective.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts versus Drake May.
Wait.
What do you think is the best? Because when
we're
I'm
not
thinking,
even gonna have that conversation.
we're not gonna have that
We're
conversation.
not. That is so disrespectful.
I'm just asking whether Drake May is up because look the cat's been out the back. By the way, third man in the building.
Third man.
Good to see you. Yes, we are filming together. Yes, you
Wait,
should be here.
Wait a minute.
Third man, we could get all three of us here.
Wait
But getting back to Jalen Hurts, it's no secret that AJ Brown was very vocal and unhappy with how much Jalen Hurts throws the ball. Moving to the Patriots with Drake May.
Oh,
I'm just saying
wow.
that might be an improvement from his look. I have Jalen Hurts in fantasy football. I love the man, but he does a lot of his fantasy points and NFL stuff with his legs and with the touchdowns, and they don't throw the ball.
I mean, I
goes to the
understand
Patriots offense. Maybe AJ Brown's happier.
So do you think more of it is because he's won his ring already? Is more
He's
about
got a
production
ring. He wants to get his numbers.
Okay, but again, how much better is it going to be in New England than it is in Philly? I mean, because you think he's going to get 1,400 yards in New England?
We did our. By the way, we started. Well, I'm about to say last week. It's been actually about a month. We did our 2 early quarterback picks.
It's been a month.
And if I remember correctly, Drake May threw for 4,394 yards, 31 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts threw for 3,200.
I'm not.
So if you want to say, look what Stephon Diggs did with Drake May.
Okay.
May.
But again.
Oh, boy's the producer. The third man wants to know.
Oh, God.
Really? You could have just done that with your voice, but I.
Because he needed proof.
So the producers in the building helping us get the sound stuff together. So thank you. Shout out to the producer for that one. But I think for fantasy purposes, I love this move. I love it for Drake May. I love it for AJ Brown.
But I got a better question. Okay. Off of that subject, right?
Okay.
Off of that.
Hold up.
No, we can stay there.
Are we going to stay with the same team?
Yes, we're going to stay there. So,
all right. Because I want to say something about that one, but go ahead.
We probably thinking the same thing. But if that move is done right,
mm-hmm.
where does that put Devontae Smith in a pecking order of receivers?
I guess we find out whether he's really a number one. I don't see Devontae Smith as the number one by himself. I think he's really good.
I mean, that's the real question.
But I think he's a productive 2. I don't know if he's got to bear the load of that offense. I think he's too. Here's my real truth. I think Devontae Smith is too small to be a 1. For your 1, I think that there's metrics.
Is it because of weight or because of his height?
Both. He's not your prototypical 1 because of his height and his weight.
Steve Smith was a 1.
Okay, you found Steve Smith was thick, like super thick. Oh, we came back, so we're in and out. Yeah, thanks, third man. We just discovered that ourselves. So hold up, the audio's going in and out, so we might have to keep on fiddling. Wow, your thing is way behind. Hold up.
It'd be like that.
Talk amongst yourselves, audience, while we try to see. Hold on. She's trying to check it. Well, we're going to just keep on talking until we get a thumbs up, and hopefully the audio can somewhat clear up. I'm not really sure where the cause is. Like I said, we're missing a couple of things. But
your hand needs to go. No. Whatever you was doing over here
was better.
You might have to hold.
I might have to just hold this the whole night. Cool.
Is that better?
Devontae Smith.
I think it's honestly. I think
yeah.
if you had to do a pecking order, right now, as currently the roster with AJ up there, he's a he's a two rank wise. Where is he rank wise now? Is
Yeah.
he 20 to 25 as far as receiver? But after the trade, does he move up in that pecking order as far as fantasy? Because you got to think about it. When you go from 2 to 1, you got to
Right.
move up somewhere. Now, how far you move up is a question.
I don't think it's a big jump. If I'm a fantasy person, I still draft Devontae Smith. I don't because you would think okay, AJ Brown was a one. You would draft for fantasy purposes. You would draft him as a one and be happy with AJ Brown as your
Okay.
one. I don't feel like there's any case I'd make for him being a number one if that trade goes through. I think I'd always have drafted Devontae Smith as a two. I still draft him as a two.
But is that a value pick now?
I think it'd be low enough to be of value. I don't think he's in the top 20. I don't.
I can't wait till this early list come out.
Maybe
this early
maybe
list
25.
25.
Maybe. I don't know. Out there, let us know, especially third man.
25.
Let us know where you would draft Devontae Smith now. I can't. I have a hard time. Look, AJ Brown struggled to be a number one because let's just be real. Jalen Hurts doesn't throw the ball enough.
That's true. I give you that.
And that's why I like this move. Whatever Stephon Diggs did in that offense with the Patriots, I think AJ Brown's going to do more.
So we'll think about it this way. You think, because it's always this thing where can a quarterback support
Right.
two big time receivers or a one and like a 1B or whatever? Is it that he can't support two big time receivers? Because if that's the case and you got a Devontae Smith, they just got Wicks in a trade.
Yeah.
But the Wicks is not, I mean, it's not nothing to run home about.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, can he support one receiver? Because if he can't support two, he got to be able to support one.
We're gonna talk the NFL draft, which is tomorrow. I think this is a prime opportunity for Howie is the man, and I sure enough think this is a draft where he might show his skill because they need somebody else.
Okay.
I don't think it's Devontae Wicks. Shaq said he probably wouldn't. He doesn't see him as a number one
Not
with that quarterback.
I get it.
I'm with you.
But is it a value pick though?
It depends on how you define value.
Okay,
I mean,
let's
if
say
if I have to spend a top 25 pick on Devontae Smith, I'm like, If he falls to somewhere in the 30s, then yeah,
that's the value pick.
That's possibly a value pick. I'm really scared for that offense. I don't see. Look, like I said, they struggle with AJ Brown, and AJ Brown is a bona fide number one.
I don't know though.
see that they don't throw the ball.
They don't throw the ball. I just think,
I think they have less incentive to throw the ball without AJ Brown there.
See, I don't think he can support two big time receivers.
He can't.
So I think if you
I don't think he can support one.
I think if you get one and then a one like a 2B or somebody that's not a real one or a 1B, that's like a 2 or maybe
there's
3.
a potential for whoever the lead to eat up a lot of targets.
Just because he's that guy, I think that it works that way, and I think it'll work. But again, we got to see how that play out. And I think AJ Brown going to New England. My question is, can he be? Because it's all about stats at this point with him. Can he be that guy that gets 1,500 yards if getting the ball enough?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean,
that's all I
we saw what's like I said. I go back to Stephon Diggs looked like a really good wide receiver in that offense with Drake May. I think AJ Brown's going to be even better.
Okay.
So I'm all for it. But since we're on the Patriots, we can't go without talking about the biggest story that's been there. Mike Vrabel been caught cheating.
Yeah,
well, no, they say that they weren't cheated. They were there with a bunch of friends.
Okay.
And then she resigned from her job. And all of a sudden, and then he said he had to have some tough discussions with his loved ones.
Okay.
Tough discussions with the family and whatnot.
About how he was cheating on
No. About how he went to a hotel with his friends and
So no, what? How she
So
was getting breaking stories early from New England? Okay, I got you.
so
Okay.
they're in the news. Do you think that carries over in any way and affects the team, or do you think?
Not really. I think it's more of a media thing. I think they're gonna blow it
Yeah,
out of proportion more than anything. But as far as I think what was happening, why would she resign if she didn't do anything wrong?
she
My thing
didn't
is,
want it to become. She didn't want the story to be about her and
okay,
get
so
off and validate all
that's
these
like saying at your
intentions.
job if they say you stole
Yeah,
something, you gonna quit. You deny this. Say I ain't stealing. You gonna
I
go up?
don't steal from my job. I just want to know.
It's just hypothetical, people.
just put that out there.
Why is the NASA shirt
Look,
that you have on?
I got the U.S. government over here. Like, nah, I don't take nothing.
No, I'm just saying, like hypothetically, right?
Hey, Carla. Yeah.
Look, I'm just saying. I just think it's weird that she resigned all of a sudden just because. It's too tough, and I don't want the media to really.
Yeah, they're running with a
scrutinize.
false narrative and et
Man, come
cetera,
on,
et cetera.
man. No, we're not
Okay.
going to do that. Like at the end of the
Okay.
day, she was probably getting good stories in advance from him, from Tennessee all the way to now, and now she ain't got that no more, and she gonna have to realize that I can't
Yeah.
get the scoop.
I think she resigned because of the journalistic integrity that it looks like that she might have been getting something else. He gets to keep his job because look, go back a few years, the owner had his own little story. So
I mean, he got caught in the.
he was hanging out with Deshaun Watson and them
Hey, look,
in these houses of ill repute.
Oh, we saying,
so I'm with you. Look, for me,
It's
it's
a
kind
non.
of it's New England, right? So Belichick, Tom deflate the balls, the owner in the
I mean, he
in the
might give him a
massage
raise.
parlor. So this is just them. They have this news. So I don't think I'm with you. I don't think it affects anything for that team or for my fantasy purposes. I'm not any more afraid of it.
He might
But I
give him a
still
raise
find it
though.
funny. He might.
He might throw him a stack underneath the table and say, "Man, good job for keeping them scandals out there.
Hey,
Keep us in the
that's
news."
what they do.
I'm just saying.
Welcome, Jasper Lewis, the senior. Fly Eagles fly. Let us know what you think about this AJ Brown trade that we started with.
I mean, but what do you get for AJ Brown? Do you get a first, or do you get 2 seconds? Well, first and 2 seconds or something. What do you get for AJ?
Is he worth a first anymore?
For a man that's never went over 1,400 yards, no disrespect.
No disrespect to AJ Brown. Like I said, I think he's a bona fide one. I don't know if he's worth a first at this point in his career. A second, and maybe another player of some note.
I mean, but when you go, I mean, I think it's a move only because of the coach and they have a relationship. I mean, that's really what it goes down to at this point. But is it a good move? We all will see.
I think it's a good move because then they're not bringing back Stephon, and they needed somebody. So I think it's a great move for the Patriots. Putting full hope in Howie being able to will and deal and make it a good move.
Okay.
For the Eagles. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Any other good NFL news stories other than, of course, the draft is tomorrow. Hope you guys, especially if you're in Dynasty, hope you've been doing your research and you're ready.
It's tomorrow.
So our producer is not, but fortunately the draft isn't tomorrow for fantasy, but you need to watch the draft tomorrow to see who these players are. It's kind of a weak draft.
Oh, it is.
What do you? Are you excited about it before we start talking players up?
I mean, honestly, like
right.
Mendoza's probably gonna go to y'all.
Number one pick, Mendoza.
But Mendoza's not gonna play this year, so that's a wash.
I love it because for two reasons. One, fantasy purposes. I have Kirk Cousins in one of my dynasty leagues, and I've been wondering what am I gonna do with this guy. So I love it for that, but I also love it on a practical standpoint because if you've been watching RJ Fantasy Football Talk for all the years we've been on, which I hope you have, you've heard me say many times, I think they rush these rookies into starting roles too early. I think Kirk Cousins would be a good person for Mendoza to sit behind and learn.
How many games Kirk Cousins won the last 2 years?
It's the Falcons. You want me to hold that? you want me to hold that against?
I'm asking the
How many
question.
games have the Falcons won
How
in
many
the
games-
last 5 years?
How
10
bad
years?
has Kirk Cousins been the last 2 years?
Well, one of the years he was hurt, and then he was recovering from it, and he got replaced. So he has not been good with the Falcons the last
You
couple
do
of
remember
years.
he threw 8 interceptions in like 4 games, right?
Coming off of an injury, though. That was coming off the injury.
I'm just
year.
saying that don't have
Look,
nothing to do with his arm.
Kirk Cousins is now
Okay.
going to be the number 1 paid
Oh no,
quarterback in the history of the NFL. You
his
can't
agent-
get that record without being good to some extent.
His agent need to go in the Hall of
Oh,
Fame.
his agent is in the Hall
Hands
of
down.
Fame.
Like, they need to give him a bust, a statue, or something. That man is in the
This
Hall
man
of
is
Fame.
gonna have made more money than Tom Brady.
Matter of fact, I need him to call him and negotiate my next contract. I'm just saying.
Who you telling?
Jeez,
I don't.
This man.
I don't know if he works with scientists, but give me a call.
God.
I need a contract in a worse way.
Man, look. Give me some money up front. We can work the
my,
rest out.
My stats are comparable to Kirk Cousins in the science world.
You ain't lying.
I got like 30 published papers.
Because he ain't won nothing.
Hey, I won multiple proposals funded.
That's true.
No,
World travel.
help me. World traveled. So help me out. Kirk Cousins' agent. I don't know who his agent is.
I don't either, but
I
we
can't
need to
tell
find
you who
out.
it is, but
Because
yo.
this guy, he deserves all. Just think about it. He been getting that 4% from Kirk Cousins for a long time.
Forever. So
Kirk Cousins has made him a rich man.
So
He'd be like, "Who is your client, Kirk Cousins, dog?
you don't need nobody
You
else.
don't need nobody else, dog. You good?"
So I think it's a good overall. I think it's a good move. We're gonna talk a little bit about the draft before we go. Probably talk about some players first. But I'm gonna jump out and ask you: is there a quarterback other than Mendoza? Because I know you're not even that big on Mendoza.
Mendoza's there.
Is there any quarterback that you're excited about in this draft?
Is terrible.
It's awful.
It's awful. Like, and the thing is, anytime the one from Alabama is your second best quarterback, who he played nearly 17 games.
Yeah.
That is a bad sign that it's a bad quarterback draft.
This draft is
It's bad.
dog feces.
It's bad. It's so bad that it's probably gonna be Mendoza, and then it's gonna be a run of receivers and probably O-line, defensive players.
You might not see another quarterback go
for maybe
for
third round.
Third round, maybe.
Because Ty Simpson is not it. And if somebody draft Ty Simpson and say, you know what, we got our court. No, Ty Simpson is not. First of all, he's a 4-year senior who's been in Alabama for 4 years, and if you can't get past nobody in that lineup, then it ain't shooting.
Yeah,
No, not even.
All right. So if you were with us before, we did our rundown of our 10 way too early quarterbacks. We had a whole bunch of discussion in order to come to a consensus. We're not going to go through with the same level of detail because it took us like 3 hours. But we're gonna try to speed through. Do you want to do running backs or do you want to do some?
Let's do receivers.
Wide receivers.
Let's do wide receivers first. Because it's interesting with wide receivers, right? Because it really depends on what you want. It's preference at this point, obviously. But I'm gonna start it off and see how we match up.
All right.
I'm gonna go Jamar Chase first, and only because of this. Jamar Chase had 185 targets this year. He had 125 receptions. But I think because of the quarterback being out for a while, but for him to be gone, he still had 1,400 yards and 8 touchdowns. So if you got to think about Joe Burrow actually being there for the whole season, just imagine what he would have did with Joe Burrow there the whole season. So you got to think about that also. So I'm going to go Jamar Chase 1.
Jamar Chase was the number 1 pick for fantasy football a year ago.
Okay.
And as you alluded to, he didn't live up to it for a lot of reasons out of his control. I still had Jamar Chase high on my list this year, but I can't give – well, actually, when we wrote this, when we really originally started, I'm going to tell you why I had it number 1. I had to think about this now. I had Puka as my number 1. But that was before he had a kind of rough go. He went to rehab.
Come on, man, we can't
Yes.
use that. Jeez.
I don't know. I was saying, is there a possibility of some discipline or something?
No.
I don't think
so.
he's gonna face anything.
I've seen worse. These guys. I mean, he might get, if anything, he get a
Maybe
game and then they suspend.
Because this is like a first time Puka's bit
slap
clear.
on the wrist type thing. So yeah.
I'm gonna keep Puka number one. Puka number one.
Not mad at that.
But I like Jamar Chase. Who you got? So we got Jamar Chase, Puka.
I got Puka too.
Okay, so
I got Puka too. I got Puka too for obvious reasons. He's a target monster. 166 targets, 129. He has 17, 15, 10 touchdowns. So he's a target monster on top of he's gonna, if you ever watch Puka gets about 10 targets a game. I watched this man get 20 targets one game, which is insanely crazy when you think about the fact that this man is getting the ball thrown at him 20 times in one game. So you got to respect that he is, he getting his targets. So I'm going to say Puka at 2.
All right. Then, so we got Puka and Jamar Chase. Then I'm going to throw in JSN coming in after him. JSN putting up 1,790, just below 1,800 yards for the season, 10 touchdowns. He had 163 receptions, a little less than Puka. You talking about how many receptions Puka had. JSN was right there with him, and despite the fact that I still don't know what to think of Sam Darnold, they made it work.
He's a champion.
He's a champ. Super Bowl champion, right?
I got JSN at 3 too.
Okay.
It's kind of, for me, I'm not saying it's a 1 year thing because I like JSN.
Okay.
But Jamar Chase, Puka, they have done it over consistent years. But JSN, which is funny, I look back, right? I look back at the draft last year, and JSN went in the 6th or 7th round last year
in
the barbershop.
Okay,
which is insane.
Yeah. But by the way, for those that don't know the barbershop, it's a 2 quarterback league, very top heavy. So the first 2 rounds are typically pretty much all quarterback. So you might consider that like going in the 4th round or so for your 3rd or 4th round but you got a discount. You got a real serious discount.
That's what I'm saying. For him to be picked at that point, and you got what you got from him, you can't knock that.
He won people championships by himself.
Yeah. So he got me there at least.
So we basically are in agreement on who the first, because I had Jamar Chase in my top 3. So our top 3 are the same, slightly different orders, but we got JSN, Puka, and Jamar Chase in some order.
It may change a little bit,
but the question is who you go after that. Because after that, I kind of struggled with.
I didn't.
I don't really know.
I go St. Brown only.
Okay.
Because he never gets respected.
The crazy part is that's who I had.
I had St. Brown.
I had St. Brown after him too.
172 targets. And then you got another 117 receptions, but the 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns. And it's funny because nobody, when you talk about top 3 wide receivers or top 5 or whatever, nobody really thinks about Amon St. Brown. Nobody.
Oh, hey, what's up, Tristan? I see you out there watching us. We got the draft tomorrow, as you can see. So we're fantasy going through some ways we would do our drafts, and then we'll talk the actual NFL draft. So good to have you watching.
Good to have you watching.
So we actually agree on the top 4. So being together in the same place has our minds unified. Much more than our quarterback. Our quarterback list was way different.
Lord, it was way off.
We didn't agree on hardly any of those because this guy wanted Patrick Mahomes for some reason.
Patrick's gonna be back week 1, by the way.
So after those 4, I went with CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Lamb kind of suffered a little bit
This
last
is where
year.
we go left.
We going left now.
We're going left.
He does not have the targets. He does not have the
We going
yards
left.
to compete with
Yards.
a lot of the other guys and all this. But he still, despite being injured, only put up over 1,000 yards, only 3 touchdowns. And we got George Pickens who on that same squad. Who, by the way, they are not going to extend his contract right now.
That's a bad idea.
So
but,
pause on the list. What do you think about this George Pickens situation?
I think it's a bad idea. I think he gonna ball out again. He gonna cost you more money if he ball out again.
Butt ton of money.
Just think about it. We just seen JSN get a ridiculous amount of money, and he's gonna be in that range again. He's really gonna outpace himself for the Cowboys, and somebody gonna have to pay him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the other end, if I'm Pickens, I'm staying in Dallas, just because of the fact that they have no defense. They have a running game, but they throw the ball so much.
Yeah,
Dak throws the ball 600 times a year. Why not stay in Dallas?
Yeah,
I'm just saying. So that's me. But this is where we go left on this list.
I see. Hold up before we go to your left. Bad attitude problems and kind of a head case. That describe Pickens was on his best behavior year 1 in Dallas. Do you think any of that stuff rears its head in year 2, especially with them saying we're not gonna pay you until you prove? And maybe that's why they didn't pay him, because they want him to be on his best behavior another year in a row.
I don't think that. I think he can still be on his best behavior because I think he's still a hot head, obviously.
Yeah.
I just think Dallas is the best fit because they like hot heads.
Yeah.
Like that's the team. Dallas is a team that loves hot heads. So at the end of the day, he fits there naturally. It's just at the end of the day, like, okay, do you really? I don't know if you can pay the market. So the market is what, 40 million now?
Yeah. Crazy.
So think about that now. You got CD making 33, and then you gonna turn around and get George, what, 35, 36, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
You can't afford him. So either he got to play out this year, obviously. But again, I would play out this year and keep it moving from him.
Yeah. So we if you was at the beginning, we can't. We're missing some of our studio equipment, so we're kind of limited on the volume. So bear with us, if you can tonight, and if you can turn up your stuff
as much as you can.
Yeah, as much as you can.
It's been good.
So we're banned from doing stuff. So you said we're going left. I said CeeDee Lamb. Who do you got in that?
I'm going,
next spot?
and just out of respect for this guy, I'm going Jefferson.
Okay.
And I look at it this way: Jefferson had a bad quarterback situation. For a guy who had a bad quarterback situation, 141 targets, 84 receptions, 1,048, and 2 touchdowns. But I throw an asterisk by that because it wasn't his fault.
Okay.
Depending on, like, obviously they got Kyler Murray coming in this year. I don't know how much that changes anything, but that may make his situation a little bit better, honestly. Because at the end of the day, for me, Jefferson
is he better? Because
Kyler
Murray is good for saying he don't have to throw to his number 1 wide receivers.
I mean, I agree with you 100% on that, but I don't know. I think when you got Jefferson out there, you have to throw him the ball. Like, you got to. I mean,
I was surprised Justin Jefferson had 1,000 yards last year because JJ McCarthy was not good.
But let me ask you this: does that push JJ to play better, or is that a competition that you can keep an eye on for Kyler Murray versus?
My biggest concern with him isn't even the yards; it's the fact that he only had 2 touchdowns. That team could not score, so I didn't have Justin Jefferson that high. I'm gonna let you have him at 5, just because I also respect Justin Jefferson.
I mean, you gonna try to we're gonna change it up later because this is what we do. He gonna find a way to get Jefferson out of that top 5.
No. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, it is written in stone. Justin Jefferson top 5. Okay. I don't believe it. No, I say that
out of respect.
But I'm in your house, so
look, man.
Look. This is your home. I don't want to be kicked out on the curb.
I would never kick you out.
So I'm gonna let you have 5. Because you're going to hate 6 coming from me.
No, I won't. I think he's a little too high, but
Oh,
I do
you
like it.
You looking on my? See, that's the problem with being in. You
It's
looking
all
on
right.
my
I
notes.
do like it though.
I like Chris Olave, and
Mm.
Chris Olave has burnt me,
Boo.
and has burnt our producer
Boo.
several times.
Because he was ready to beat him up
Oh
on
yeah,
the street.
I
our
will.
third man
I was
did
right
threaten
there with
him.
I will say this though.
Yeah,
I like him there. I don't like him there,
yeah.
but I do like him on this list.
Tyler Shook surprised the heck out of me
Tyler Shook did
because
surprise.
I thought he was dog doo doo, and I didn't expect anyone on that offense.
I mean,
to make moves.
I think in my reasoning is this because of the targets, and I'm basing a lot of this off of targets. Targets is heavy for me this year.
If you're in fantasy football and you're worried about what to do with wide receivers, targets to me is the number one stat. Before I even look at your yards, I want to know what your targets are because I need to know that you can rely. Because look, for fantasy football, if you don't have the ball in your hand, you can't get me points.
So when you look at it, he had 156 targets.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the target number is really huge. Really, if you think about it, that 156, well, I'm gonna say most of it came when Tyler Shook got in at week 9.
Yeah.
So that target share went up so crazy at that point.
Yeah.
Now we don't know what is that going to translate to something different this year.
Fingers crossed.
But again, I think Tyler Shook is that's another conversation for another day. But I think he can change people's minds as far as where he get drafted this year because of that.
All right, welcome ATL flag football.
So you got Olave
up in there. So I got Olave
at 6.
That's who I have at 6. Who you got?
I got George Pickens at 6.
I knew George Pickens was gonna come up. So you hate my man CeeDee Lamb?
No, it's not. Don't hate CeeDee. Actually, so when I made the list, I forgot about CeeDee because he
missed so much last year.
Yeah, I was like, man, I forgot about it. But if I had to,
I will say I was myself wondering, do I put George Pickens ahead of CeeDee Lamb or do I put CeeDee Lamb? And I went back and forth on it myself. They're both to me both top 10. They're both top 10.
I was gonna swap, and I was gonna swap CeeDee for George, but I was like, okay, with George in that offense. It's just I feel like he's made for that offense.
Okay.
Because of the big playability that he has and Dak want to throw. But CeeDee also, it's like they help each other out. It's like you can't double team both of them. That safety got to pick which one he want to double team. So it's like, okay, what do you do at this point? Now I'm gonna go CeeDee here. I mean, I'm gonna go George just because I'm a George guy.
You're good. By the way, this matches with our pick of Dak Prescott for our way too early quarterbacks. He has 2 bona fide ones.
Yeah, this is gonna be crazy. But yes, I'm gonna go George at 6.
I'm not mad at that.
Where you going at 6? I'm gonna stop looking at your paper too. I'm just saying.
Well, I had Chris Olave was my 6, and then I had George Pickens come on a bit later. The next next wide receiver on my list is Nico Collins.
I like that. He made my list too.
He is the guy. I need CJ Stroud to play better. We said that when we talked quarterbacks, but he's gonna eat in the offense, like you say. He gets the targets. That's our number one tail for wide receivers. He gets targets and he gets touchdowns. 6, which is not enough to lead the league, but it's enough to say he's gonna get some attention. I like him. I like him in that offense, and I think the Texans will be better a year from now. I do like when we talked about some people moving. We got an upgrade at running back, in my opinion. My man Monty over there, and I think that'll help lift that whole offense. So
I don't know. I feel like where we going there. I feel like the list is the same. Everybody on the list. I think we got a bunch of people in different places though. So I have at 7. I got Olave, which I think is.
Okay.
I think you had him at 5.
I had him at 6. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if you in a room and you got George Pickens and you got Olave sitting there, which one are you going?
according to my list, I'm going Olave.
Okay,
But I ain't mad at George Pickens. As that here's my only issue with George Pickens, because George Pickens was going to be the next one. Oh no, I got one more guy I would say before him.
Okay.
The only thing that worried me about George Pickens was him and CeeDee Lamb. Who do I think is the actual one? I still think it's CeeDee. I think George Pickens ended up the one last year just because of injuries.
But how much though?
I don't know. That's and that's the hardest part. I couldn't figure out.
When you say 1A,
Yeah.
1B, this is more like 1A, 1A, A.
1A asterisk.
Yeah, it's like
the
it's like you got to really pick your poison.
you know they're gonna both get 1,000 yards plus. It's just a matter who has more of those.
If CD wouldn't have got hurt, both of them would have been at like 15, bro. So
I wouldn't be surprised by that.
It's insane when you think about that. I just don't know if you could get both in the draft. That would be perfect in a perfect world. But you
I had them both in a dynasty league, but I traded one away.
To who? Tron?
Nah, Tree. But
that's even worse.
Yeah,
love Mr. Tree.
I ended up messing up my life doing that.
Don't do that no more, please.
I will not. All right, who we got? So we can get to I can attend.
So I think we are in the same boat. I think we got Olave, CD. I got Nico at 9.
Okay.
But I don't know where you got this guy at. And I got Drake London at 10. Only because when you look at target shares, but I think
my numbers for okay.
His biggest problem is quarterback.
Yeah.
Now he had a quarterback last year. Love me some Penix. I'm a Penix guy. I think Penix is gonna be a good young quarterback. But Tua's there. I think both of them the same. I just think Tua like to throw the ball down the field.
I think they both can't stay healthy.
That is a bigger problem there. My only concern, and I got Drake London in Dynasty, obviously, but
you're a big Drake London guy.
I'm a Drake London guy, so
but I'm not surprised.
I feel like Drake is really that good, and I think once they get this quarterback situation straight, and I think the coach got to be better because they got Stefanski, and he don't know how to call plays.
All right. Well, here's what we're gonna battle because we're going through this list. We're putting our list together as we go. Mm-hmm. We only got one spot left. You say Drake London, which isn't a bad pick. I do like it. He's on my list.
Okay. Who do you say?
I want to give my 10th spot to McMillan in Carolina with the Panthers.
Ooh.
He was a rookie last year, put up 122. 70 receptions, 1,014 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
So what I would do is this:
Drake didn't hit 1,000.
So I take out Drake.
Okay,
but I'm gonna come back with Ibuka.
The third man would probably go Ibuka.
I'm gonna go Ibuka, cause no Mike Evans.
Okay,
he's the one, bona fide one. Obviously, Chris Godwin is there, but we know Chris Godwin is a shell of himself. He's a third down, if anything, a third down receiver at this point. So, when you say Ibuka, do you take Ibuka or do you take? What we doing here? Because I get it to you. I understand the Drake.
If we take out Drake, what I pick. Well, I'm gonna go with house rules and because I like Ibuka. I was a big Ibuka guy last year.
Forget this is my house. It's cool. We ain't worried about that.
Because my list tells me that I go Tutorial McMillan just because he hit the 1,000 mark.
So let's do it this way: who has the better quarterback in that situation?
It's got to be shake and bait.
Okay, say less.
So let's go. So like I said, same result as me saying it's your house. You get the winning argument on quarterbacks.
Oh, you gonna hate my number one spot at running back?
Oh, is it Ashton Gentry?
He didn't even make my list. What are you talking about?
Wow, that's hate right there.
That's not hate. That's just true fact.
That's a little hate. He should at least be on the list.
No, not even.
Not number one, but he should be up there.
Okay.
All right. So if you're following along with us in the audience, we're going through our list, trying to put our top 10s together, quick style, and we're doing this on the fly. We'll put it up there. So this is our consensus We have for wide receivers Jamar Chase number 1, Puka number 2, JSN, Jackson Smith, Jibba,
Spit it out now. Spit it out.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
okay.
Amon Ross St. Brown, Justin Jefferson, Chris Olave. That is a typo on our end. CD Lamb with a C, not the S. CD Lamb. That's put that on auto check. CD Lamb, George Pickens, Nico Collins, and we're gonna have Amika Ibuka at the 10th spot because I do like his quarterback.
No
It's
disrespect.
gonna be interesting to see what that team is like without Mike Evans, first ballot Hall of Fame, Mike Evans over there.
I think it'll be.
But I think
it's going to be a little different.
Yeah,
obviously
they didn't have him a lot last year because he was hurt.
They didn't, but I also think Ibuka down the stretch, he kind of he hit that rookie wall in a sense.
Yeah.
Now the question is, can he make that leap this year to being a better player?
Mm-hmm.
Being that he's the number one, and he's going to see more attention from that number one corner. Now the question is he going to see that?
Yeah.
Is he going to make it? Is he going to play better?
I think he does. I think I say like this. I didn't have Ibuka in my top 10 this year, but he was my surprise pick. I had him in almost every fantasy league last year because I thought he was going to show out. He gave me way more than I anticipated
early on, yes.
And I think he's going to be a harder guy to pick up this coming year. But I'm hoping to sneak Ibuka in on a bunch of my on a bunch of my teams as much as I can.
No.
I think that comment is going to our quarterback list on Lamar Jackson at 7. I don't know if you watch because I know you hit the bed early sometimes. That was a big fight between the two of us.
Yeah.
On where Lamar Jackson should be, and I agree with you that we were drunk. We were drunk.
Hey, look, I've been sipping on something tonight. I'm just saying, but it won't. That's not a bad list.
Yeah, I mean, I like our quarterback list from before. I like this wide receiver list. I'm surprised we agreed as much as we did on this quarterback list, but I think it looks pretty good for a way too early list.
Because again, y'all got to realize this. These people, it can move up and down.
Yeah,
so
it's early. We still got some time. So let us know in the comments if we left out somebody you think. I got one person in particular. He wasn't in my top 10 either, but I think deserves a nod of sorts as T. Higgins. He doesn't get the. We talked about targets and Jamar Chase, despite the fact that he didn't have Joe Barrow most year, was a target monster. He led the league in targets, and T. Higgins wasn't close. He wasn't even close. But I still think with Joe Barrow, he probably not top 10, but I think top 15.
Yeah, I just feel like even with that, like Joe Barrow, you got to put an asterisk just because, like, if you take injury aside, which gotta kind of, and I know you don't walk into a room thinking about injury because that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to think, okay, you're not. But again, you think about, okay, is he gonna be hurt? Again, you can't go wrong with. But Higgins though,
no, you're not feeling the Higgins.
Not feeling only because he's a 2. Most of these guys on this list are bona fide. They're
everyone's a 1. George Pickens is the only maybe. But he and CD Lamb are so close. They're 1-ish 1.
Yeah, you can't.
They're both 1. So yeah, I would say T. Higgins will be an oddball on this list. So he doesn't deserve to be there. But he's somebody I think just outside of this list. Anybody else you think maybe should have gotten a nod?
No, not really.
Not really.
Not that I can think of. No, not nobody that can say that's the bona fide, because you don't really have that many real bona fide number 1. I'm talking about like guys that's gonna give you 100+ targets a year. You ain't gonna find it too much.
Oh, yeah, I see that the comment that come in. We don't celebrate 420 here. No. I work for the government.
And they drug testing my job.
But
so we good.
But for those that do, Good for you. Running backs. You say I'm not gonna like your running back list.
So one,
Let's go through these quick.
yeah, Bijan.
Bijan is my number one.
Really?
No.
No.
Okay, who do you got at one?
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor was in my top three. I'm not mad
Jonathan
at
Taylor, three. Just forget the attempts, but 1585, 18
that.
touchdowns, another 378 on the ground. I mean, in the passes, 56 receptions. I mean, I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, you gotta, no disrespect to Bijan now. I'm just saying.
Okay.
But you gotta go Jonathan Taylor here at one.
I don't gotta go Jonathan Taylor at one.
I'm just saying.
I will say Jonathan Taylor is a tempting person, but like I said, I got him in my top three. I don't know.
Is it
it's the Colts. And I know me saying Bijan with the Falcons. It's a hard.
Did you read the last
comment? A hard counter to go with that, right?
Man.
So. Okay, Jonathan Taylor.
I mean,
I think that's a respectable one. That's a respectable one. I just think Bijan Robinson is like Mr. Everything.
He is.
He's almost 1,000 yards a piece. He was well over 2,000 yards total for the year. I also worry about that offense, like I said about the Eagles. So I might give you Jonathan Taylor. I'm gonna give you Jonathan Taylor at one.
Okay.
As long as Bijan Robinson gets to be two. You gotta have him in your top three.
Oh, he in my top three. Yes.
Okay, like, come on. That's
he in my top three. Now,
look, you think people call us drunk before? If you don't have Bijan in the top three, we would definitely be drunk. Who you got at two?
I got CMC, which is hard for me to put CMC here, only because. But I'm going off the numbers. I gotta go off the numbers. CMC had 1,202 yards, 10 touchdowns. He had 102 receptions.
I know what he did. But you?
Yeah. Yeah. I guess, man, you
be the biggest hater on 49ers players.
My only thing is, though, I'd be scared because he has good years and then he has drop off
completely years.
And that's
to follow that.
That's why I'm going to throw like an asterisk by this. You don't hold me to this.
There's no asterisks way too early. You got to go in with your convictions.
Don't hold me to this because
hold them to it.
Please don't, because I look now. Am I going to be the one to go draft him this year? Probably not. Probably not.
You don't like drafting your players anyway. You don't draft 49ers players in general.
I have a code of maybe one.
I draft Raiders players, but they're no good ones.
Two at most. But I don't really go, 3, 4, 5. I don't do that. I think that's a bit much.
But that's crazy anyway.
I mean, if you're getting 3 or more and you got bye weeks coming up, it's cool to have those players. But like sometimes, come on, man, like you're doing a little bit too much at that point. But I got CMC out of respect because 103.
No, he put in work last year. On, bro. Like, I was waiting for him to get hurt just because of the amount of use that he was getting. I was like, this is not sustainable over the course of the season.
My only words is that they cut his carries.
Yeah.
Which I don't see. And they talked about it.
Yeah.
But I don't see it. I got to see it first for that really to happen. Because they said that last year that they wanted to cut his carries.
And he had over 300.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Then y'all going to run them to the ground probably again. But we're going to see. It's just for a running back to have not even targets, bro,
insane.
103 receptions. That's more than a lot of receivers.
Yeah, I mentioned I love Bijan because he was all-purpose over 2,000. So was Christian McCaffrey. And
so you can't go wrong.
You can't find anyone who plays a bigger part in their offense than Christian McCaffrey.
I mean, because it's either dump off or run.
Yeah,
one of the two.
You know what I'm gonna do? I said Bijan has to be number 2. I'm gonna actually boost him up to. I'm gonna boost CMC up to number 2.
Wait.
I'm gonna give you Christian McCaffrey at 2, and I'm gonna put Bijan at 3.
Yeah,
that's what you had him.
Yeah, I got Bijan at 3.
So I'm gonna go against myself.
So you agree with me?
I agree with the principle of what you're saying, but
because I feel like
I know we do not use injuries as your excuse. But I will not draft Christian McCaffrey this year because I've seen him falling off a truck.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I won't draft him either. Yeah. But if you're going from a pure standpoint of just throw injuries out the window
Yeah.
and say, okay, we just gonna throw. Which running back would you rather have right now? That's gonna give you because man, he was.
I go with the young guy.
I would too,
So
but if from a fan like if you go back and watch the games, Christian was putting up 30, 40
he was
points a
killing
game.
it.
He was killing people. He was most everybody that was in the championship last year was because of Christian McCaffrey.
The only person that had more more rushing attempts than Christian McCaffrey was Jonathan Taylor, who we have as our one.
Hey, Jonathan
And
Taylor.
so for that alone, I think it's Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey,
Yep.
Bijan, but coming in number 4 has to be Jahmyr Gibbs.
Of course.
There is no
Yes.
David Montgomery there. He's got the place onto it. Did you see his new back tattoo?
No.
That was insane.
I just
you
think
need to Google that one. I was like, what in the world? He has it's insane. But Sonic and Knuckles are on separate teams. That's, by the way, their nickname.
Yeah.
Sonic being Jahmyr Gibbs, Knuckles being Montgomery.
Now,
But,
do you think he gets more?
He's gonna. Well, they did bring in Isaiah Pacheco
That don't mean
to be the new Knuckles.
Pacheco got to be healthy first.
Yeah, that too. But I don't think that they've had if you follow the Lions, the split between Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs was very even for the most part. Jahmyr Gibbs, I was about to say, Jahmyr Gibbs started going away with it a bit a year ago. I don't think Isaiah Pacheco gets even close
Pacheco,
in that number. One because he stays hurt.
He might get 10 carries a game.
Yeah, so I think Jahmyr Gibbs has his best year as a pro.
Man,
I'm tempted to even put Jahmyr Gibbs higher, but
you can't move him higher.
I know this list it's kind of hard to list them above people.
I think the second half of this list is going to be where a lot of things get different in most people's minds. So,
all right, who you got after that?
I got James Cook.
Ooh.
16, 21, 12 touchdowns, 33 receptions, 291, 2 touchdowns. I mean, that's all Buffalo got, bro.
I had James Cook at 6, but I'm gonna say I might have been a homer on this. So I'm gonna let you have James Cook at 5.
Why was you a homer?
Because my next pick was gonna be the one and only Ashton Genty. I think.
And on this list?
On this, what are you gonna
say? Oh my God, what's going on here?
Look,
on this list?
In the audience, let me know if Shaq, if you still out there. Let me know if I'm a homer. I trust your opinion.
Oh,
but Ashton Genty, just 25 yards away.
James Cook?
I did have him over James Cook, but I'm gonna correct it. I'm gonna give you James Cook at 5. See, it's right there.
Is he all right? Jeez.
I think for his rookie year, for his rookie year, Ashton Genty got me double-digit touchdowns. He got me over 1,200 all-purpose yards, just short of 1,000 rushing.
You sure about that?
I think in this next year, did you? And I know it's not the same squad, but did you see the running game with Seattle last year? And now we got that coordinator. I think Ashton Genty is gonna eat, and I repeat with a capital eat.
I'm not doubting
this year.
So
I'm way too early. I'm way too early. So look. Raiders fans only have a brief window in the offseason to be excited about our teams because eventually week 1 is going to come and we're all going to be depressed and drinking. I'm going to need 420 by the time September comes.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
But for now, in this way too early list, I am super.
James Cook, though?
I am all in on.
So what is your. James Cook is probably the only option outside of Josh Allen running.
James Cook is a more logical pick at 5, which is why I gave it to you. But I love Ashton Genty this year. I think he's gonna eat. I think he's gonna put up numbers. All right, who you got?
Derrick Henry.
Wow. Okay. I was expecting someone else.
No, I mean,
but hey, look,
I can't disrespect them.
We said many a times that and a lot of times in PPR,
it don't
Derrick
matter.
Henry gets looked over. We have established that doesn't matter. Derrick Henry is that guy. So I give you that.
Okay. Who you got?
My next pick was going to be Saquon,
I got him somewhere in that
and
area.
especially if this trade goes through, I think because I was actually
His numbers won't.
yeah, that's what I was about to get to.
So-
I was like, he didn't even have 300 carries a year ago, 280, 100, 1,140 yards. He had a big drop off over the year before, but I think he bounces back this year.
He should.
And I think he's going to end up putting up bigger numbers.
Okay. So you at what, 7?
Yeah.
6? We're 7, right?
Who you got?
A-Chain. I think they have nothing else.
I'm worried about that offense.
I mean, I can care less if they win or losing. I'm just saying that offense is going to be everything is going to run around A-Chain.
Yeah.
Everything. Their top receiver is some dude named Washington.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying. Like A-Chain going to catch out the back. He might have 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000
Oh, yeah.
yards.
He's going
He might have 1,000, to be honest.
He's the next name I had on mine, so I'm good with that.
Okay. Now, what may change now, down at the bottom, because this is one of my favorite running backs, Kyron Williams. Well, I got Saquon. I got Saquon at 8.
Yeah.
We talked about Saquon. I got Kyron Williams at 9.
I'm good with that. I have a unpopular guy as my next one, and that's Chase Brown. He puts it. He's not a sexy grab.
Okay.
But Chase Brown produces. With
that 9?
offense.
Is that 9 or 10 for you?
I had Chase Brown at 9, right above Kyron Williams.
Okay.
But I can be convinced because.
So let me ask you this.
Here's the deal. Chase Brown gets you 1,000 on the ground,
mm-hmm.
and he gets you over 400 with his receptions.
Okay.
Kyron Williams, similar. He gives you more on the ground with 1,252.
Okay.
But he gives you 281 receptions. He has more touchdowns. I'm gonna let you have Kyron Williams.
Don't just give it to because you're in my house.
No.
Because he's been doing it a lot.
I've been doing that a lot, but I'm trying to get the list right. So we got Devon A-Chain. I will go Kyron Williams.
Because my next one might not make your list.
All right, so I got Chase Brown as mine. We only got one spot left, so we got to decide between Chase Brown and who's yours.
So we got one spot left, right?
Yeah, we got one spot left. Who's gonna get it?
Javonte Williams.
No. Well, maybe.
Why not?
There's so many mouths to feed in that Cowboys offense.
1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns.
He did work.
He did work in an offense where you had 2 receivers.
We mentioned JSN being a guy that you got for the cheap and put in numbers. Javonte Williams is that same kind of dude. People picked him up like sometimes not even drafting Javonte Williams in some leagues, but you got him
go
super
back
late.
And look, he was. If you're going based off of numbers, yards, stats, things of that nature, he was the next one. Like as far as yards, because he had more yards than a lot of other running backs.
He had a lot of touchdowns.
Yes, he did.
I don't know if sort of like we going back to wide receivers. We didn't put Devontae Adams on the list, and he had a bonkers number of touchdowns.
But he didn't have yards.
But I don't think that's sustainable. I think the same thing about Javonte Williams.
So who
you
putting there?
I think it's got to look. I think it's got to be Chase Brown. If I got to pick between Javonte Williams and Chase Brown, I'm not happy either one. I say that going out. I like Ashton Genty better than both of them. But I'd go Chase Brown as being more reliable. We've seen one good season really from Javonte Williams last year. Okay. I don't know whether we see it again.
That's the question.
So you said I gave you a bunch because it's your house. So this one I'm saying,
you can
get your house.
You can have that one, Lord. Jeez. I'm going to give you that.
And I'll take it Chase Brown. Chase Brown is the right answer. But hey, let us know out there.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
No. Wait. You got someone else? You got another candidate you want to propose.
Would you throw Kenneth Walker in there?
Kenneth Walker is going to be interesting.
Because you can throw
Yes.
Kenneth Walker, you can go Brees Hall.
You know what? Brees Hall is a weak spot for me.
You can go ETN. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there now. Just saying. Because
Keith is out there. What's up, Keith? Bucky Irvin. That was a big guy for you a year ago.
Bucky Irvin's another one. That's another one.
That's another one.
Bucky's another one.
Bucky didn't
I'm
make
just
my
saying,
list.
if you,
I'm looking down at my guys. I didn't.
if you're really sold on Chase Brown, I'm just saying, But Kenneth Walker had more yards.
Of all the people you said, Kenneth Walker is the only one I might consider over Chase Brown, and that's 100% because of where he landed.
He's in KC.
He's in Kansas City,
and
you might believe Patrick Mahomes is back week 1. I don't. And if Patrick Mahomes is not there week 1, and it's Justin Fields, who I mentioned on our quarterback show, I was kind of intrigued by, but they're gonna run that rock with the enemy.
Wait a minute, I'm gonna really get you now.
No,
I'm
still trying to get over this.
I got you. Don't even worry about
else.
Monty.
I love Monty. See now, you're hitting all my guys. Right
Monty,
there.
what we doing here?
I can't.
Monty, what we doing? We doing Monty?
I won't go Monty.
Why not?
I'm still trying to think about the Kenneth Walker potential.
You got Monty in Houston with nobody there.
You have Monty with nobody there but him. And I've been a Monty guy since he was back in Chicago.
What are you doing?
That's a tough one. Audience, help me out here.
He's already there. You see what he said?
Okay, I'm not gonna go Bucky Irvin. I'm not gonna go Monty, despite my love for him.
So
Kenneth Walker the third,
let's
or
do this.
Chase Brown.
Let's just help you out a little bit. Okay, let's just do this.
I'm kind of tempted to go.
No, let's do this. So
Kenneth Walker the third. He's gonna be very dangerous. I'm with you. I think he's gonna be very dangerous in Kansas City.
So what we gonna do, y'all? We gonna throw in. So we gonna extend this list from 10 to 15. So
no. We can talk it, but it's gonna be 10 because we have integrity. We don't go around sleeping with coaches of other teams. We just do our thing exactly the way it is up there. We've got
okay, all right.
We got no undercover sneaky.
I got you.
So
what are you doing? Are you going? What are we doing here? Because he's gonna be dangerous in that offense.
He's gonna be really dangerous in that offense.
I'm telling you, really.
He is a Super Bowl winning MVP. You got me.
No, wait.
No, stop saying names.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you.
All right, who's the name you gonna say? I'm not gonna go because I'm already convinced. Y'all got
so ETN in New Orleans.
ETN, I'm not.
Rico Dowell in Pittsburgh.
You know me. Look, Pittsburgh did my man Najee wrong. So
I need you to put that aside. I need you to put that aside. Okay. I mean, it's if you're thinking about just in general, right?
That's some good running backs, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the draft after we're done. And there's a guy in the draft I'm really curious to see where he goes because he could pop in this top 10. I think in the right with the right pick on the right team.
I give you Kenneth Walker, but I just
okay, but no, tell me who it is. But I'm gonna say no. But who you got?
I mean, you got Rico Dowell, who Pittsburgh is a known running team, right? You got Brees Hall, who had better.
I love Brees Hall.
Chase Brown.
I made a trade in Dynasty to get Brees Hall on my team. I'm a
Monty,
big fan.
Who's a Monty in that offense in
Like
Houston.
I said, I was with Monty back in his Chicago days.
And does Swift had more yards than him? Swift was from a rushing standpoint.
You know why you said Swift? Because you know I love Caleb Williams in that offense.
That's your weak spot. What we doing here? Come on now. Huh? That's why I say you got to extend the list. You got to extend it.
No, these are just, like we said,
okay.
we're going to go with 10, but here's some other guys you want to consider. And you said all the guys you want to consider. But it's already published.
Okay.
on the internet now. So running backs, we got Jonathan Taylor at 1, Christian McCaffrey, Bijan Robinson, Jameer Gibbs, James Cook, Derrick Henry, Ashton Genty. I made sure he got up on the list. I know
How?
Rodney is. Look, you made me put Lamar Jackson at 7, and
No,
you
I
made me
didn't.
include. I had Lamar Jackson as. Hold on, let me go back to my notes because I have my notebook. I had Lamar Jackson at 2, right after Josh Allen. So he went from 2 to
But
7 because of
can't
you.
you can't put
So
Lamar. I love Lamar,
look,
but you cannot put Lamar at 2.
I can
How?
because he look in the comments, count those MVPs.
We
He
talking
puts
about
in work.
fantasy
And
football.
in fantasy football, ask our producer who has him in
No,
a
no, no.
league
Wait.
that
I got a
respects.
question. I got a question for you.
In the barbershop, hold on, wait. In the
No.
barbershop and the gridiron, it's a no
No,
on
I'm about to ask you a
Lamar
question.
Jackson at 2.
No.
In every other fantasy format, Lamar Jackson at 2, maybe even at 1, but go.
Somebody asked you. You got the number 2 spot. Are you drafting Lamar Jackson at 2?
Let me finish this list and then I answer your question. We had Genty at 7, Devon H at 8, Kyron Williams, and then we had Kenneth Walker the third getting this 10th spot in a much debated argument between Rodney and myself. So these are our quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers for our way too early fantasy football league. We're gonna post this as it is, making no more changes. Now back to your question.
Really, Dak should be 1. If we talking,
we
discussed that too.
we discussed it, but
Dak
we moved. You had him at 1, and then we moved
did,
them around. No, yeah, hold on, wait. Or did you have Joe Barrow as your 1?
I had Joe Barrow as my 1, but I feel like if you really talking about it,
but we moved it around.
But Dak really is. Dak should be 1. He got two. He got two receivers.
Look, we already made the list. Sorry, he's stuck at 3. Okay. But to answer your question, if I have the number 2 pick in a,
you're not going.
What league is it? That I need to know the points system.
It's $200 to get in. What you doing?
Like I said, well, first off, depending on the rules, I don't go with this question only makes sense in the barbershop or the gridiron because I'm not going I'm not going with a court. My first look, if you've been watching the show, and I hope you guys have, I'm always running back with my first pick, maybe my first 2 picks, running back, or running back wide receiver. Every league except for the barbershop and the gridiron, there's 2 quarter or a super flex. Then I might go with a quarterback. If we're playing in the dynasty league that we're both in,
okay,
I would 100% say yes if I could draft Lamar Jackson. I want him on my team. You've seen what he's done. Lamar Jackson on our producers team, and Lamar Jackson is consistently because it's a league that values rushing from quarterbacks, and it doesn't completely de-emphasize passing yards. But it's not as generous on passing yards as the barbershop and the gridiron. In which case, I would not go.
If you're basing it off of, let's base it off regular leagues. Like, yes, Lamar would be up there. But again, if you're in a PPR league, which is basically points per reception or points per pass or whatever, like these guys are throwing the ball.
My number 1 was Joe Barrow.
I mean, personally, I'm putting. If you ask,
not Joe Barrow. My number 1 was Josh Allen. I'm sorry, I messed.
But I'm not. Okay, Josh Allen has. If you look at the numbers, just pure numbers, right? Josh Allen has had less than 4,000 yards the last 2 years.
Yeah, but he makes up for it with his rushing touchdowns.
He's finished number 6 in the barbershop 2 years in a row.
Yes, agreed. But he's got 14 touchdowns. Josh Allen is you're not guaranteed to get a number 1 spot, but quarterback will not be your issue in fantasy football with a guy like him, with a guy like Lamar Jackson. And I agree with you. For those guys that throw the ball, and I believe go back, run the tape. I said that sometimes rushing yards get overblown in fantasy football. If you got a guy who's going to throw the ball consistently like a Joe Barrow or Drake May, then I take that in a heartbeat because they're consistent yards. So I concede your point.
So
But I'm just saying 7 is wild for Lamar Jackson.
but does completion matter to you?
Yes, 100%.
Attempts, does that matter?
Yes.
Okay. So when you got a quarterback that's doing 600 attempts,
yeah,
a year,
that's Dak Prescott. By the way,
Joe Burrow. 5 something
because he can't stay healthy enough.
Well, that's always my question mark for that. If we gonna do all that, yes, I understand that. That's always my question. But if you're thinking about, let's just throw out injury for a minute, right?
Yeah.
And we're gonna do 500 plus completions, so attempts, 500 plus attempps. That's what you look for most of the time.
So when I said Bo Nix at 6 last,
I took Bo Nix last year.
Yeah, but in our list, he
I
ended up at 9 because you argued against Bo Nix.
I'm gonna tell you, you know why I argued against Bo Nix?
Because you wanted Patrick Mahomes at the top.
Patrick Mahomes should have been in the top. That's not the point I'm trying to make. But the thing is, Bo Nix, if he's an avid slow starter,
he is.
So if you want to, granted, in this draft any draft we be in this year, and we're in a lot of them every year, somebody's gonna take Bo Nix with their top pick. And they're going to run to the board all happy, knowing Bo Nix don't start playing football until third quarter.
True. I'm looking at that quarterback list, going back, and I'm still mad because I forgot that we didn't get Caleb Williams in the top 10.
Because Caleb Williams don't need to be in there.
Hater. So, the draft is tomorrow.
Who are you taking out for Caleb Williams?
Patrick Mahomes.
You're wild. I knew you wild. You wild.
Look. Back, who was it?
You're wild. You know it.
It's somebody on the Bears team. I can't remember who it is. Who was talking
Loveland?
They was asking about Caleb Williams, and they said he's a guy that you know is going to have one of those Hall of Fame jackets in a bus when his career's over.
Okay.
Because he's that kind of guy.
All right.
And I'm with him.
Not if he keep messing with that Kardashian.
Yeah, that should have made the news segment.
Which one he messed with?
Was it Kylie Jenner?
Lord.
I think that he
was
with at Coachella. He was at Coachella with
his
her.
career over. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I know, right? Look, much like Mike Vrabel, I'm just gonna say they was there together with friends.
Yeah, okay. You
and
keep saying
there
that,
was nothing going on because that would destroy your career.
He's screwed
in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
So back to my point because it's 10:30. We're gonna have the draft. We talked a little bit about the draft at the beginning. Neither one of us is excited about it because this draft is kind of
weak,
bad.
Terrible.
There's one quarterback we agree with kind of being draftable. That's Fernando Mendoza. Rodney's not a big fan of him.
You know why?
I'm not either. But
you know why?
Why?
Because he won the Heisman, right? Shedeur Sanders had the same numbers as Mendoza last year. Well, I'm sorry, year before last, when he was at Colorado, had the same exact, better numbers than Mendoza, and didn't win the Heisman.
Did not win the Heisman.
Just wanted to put that out there, people.
Which one won a championship?
That don't matter. We're not talking about.
Just asking.
Heisman is not based off of championships.
The audience needs to know that Fernando
is the Heisman based off championships.
No, but
it
helps. Look, speaking of your boy Shedeur, did you hear him telling people if you got the 12 jersey,
hold on to it.
That's gonna be worth a lot in the future.
He gonna be the starting quarterback.
Do you have a Shedeur jersey?
Nah.
Okay, I just. Because you're a big fan, so I just thought maybe.
I mean, ain't going that far.
We're getting bad looks from the producer because she is not a Shedeur fan.
What is wrong with Shedeur?
She ain't a fan. Look,
I'm not a fan of this other dude either. So
Fernando?
Mendoza not good either.
Fernando is going to be
on the bench.
And I think that's where he belongs. He to me, Mendoza has the intangibles, if you will, like a Tim Tebow kind of guy.
Jeez, that's a bad.
However, he can actually. But hold up, there's a but.
Did you just say that?
He has the intangibles that you like, as far as being a good person. and a natural leader. He's willing to sacrifice for his team, but he can actually play. Now, I don't think he
I'm gonna
is
tell you
a
this, right?
bona fide first year starter. I think Mendoza is a project, and I'm glad they brought in Kirk Cousins for him to sit and learn
I'm
behind.
gonna
I
tell
think
you
he can
this.
develop into something
Nobody's
in the
gonna
future.
remember none of the other stuff you said but Tim Tebow. Just putting that out there.
Probably not, but I think he has the like I said, you draft Mendoza as a project because he could be. Look, he could be the next. You'll like this one better. He could be the next Brock Purdy,
That's even
where
worse.
where you're surrounding him,
That's even worse.
where you surround him by the right talent, and the Raiders don't have that talent, which is another reason
So
I'm
let me
glad
ask you
to have
this:
Kirk
so
Cousins.
if Kirk Cousins go out there, he wins 10 games. Y'all make the playoffs.
Oh, great!
Somehow, hypothetically,
Yeah,
because you know there's a clause in that contract
Yeah.
where they can pick up that second and third year
Yeah.
or something like that. Now, do you continue to roll with Kirk Cousins, or do you say Mendoza? We gonna roll.
you
with
mean past year one? Do you
Yes.
continue?
That's the question.
That depends on what happens on the practice field. Yes, I'm talking about practice.
So is that a waste of pick then, if that's the case?
No, because that's what I said. If I feel year two Mendoza's ready, I don't pick up that. The only thing I liked about the Kirk Cousins deal, other than the fact I'm fully on board with sitting rookies they first year and not bringing them in too soon. The other thing I like about the contract is they can get out of it after this first year.
Yeah, that's the beautiful thing.
And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And so if I see in practice that Mendoza has picked up the offense, he's making the right decisions, he's making the right throws like he did in college, I dump Kirk Cousins in a heartbeat year two. Much like Mac, what am I talking about? Andy Reid did with Patrick Mahomes. But they had a bona fide guy with Alex Smith, but he said, okay, this is the guy. Dump him. Let's go to you. Like your guy, Harbaugh did with Kaepernick.
Yeah.
They had a guy in place, but they said this guy can get us to the next level. Same thing to me with Mendoza. If he is showing you everything you need on the practice field, I have no problem. If Kirk Cousins get the Raiders to the Super Bowl, never going to happen. But I believe in Mendoza the next year, I dump him. And I say, let's start over with the fresh guy.
If you get Kirk and they make the playoffs.
Yeah, I said if they win the Super Bowl, I dump them the next year.
Ooh, that's a big.
I don't care. For me,
for
Mendoza
a team that
is
hasn't
the future.
Been to nothing.
To your point, you use they're going to use the number one overall pick on him. I'm not sitting him if I believe in him, and I don't care what Kirk Cousins does year one. I don't care how good Kirk Cousins is year one. If Mendoza is showing you everything you need to see, dump Kirk Cousins and let's stop paying him this money.
I mean,
let's build around the rookie because rookies don't cost you all that money.
I'm on the theory of playing rookies.
Oh yeah,
in the beginning, because if Mendoza does go out in the preseason and look bona fide, like a starting quarterback, not even a superstar, but like a starting quarterback. Mm-hmm. If he looks like that, then you have to say, okay, you know what? Maybe we kind of made a mistake with this Kirk thing. Do you start him week one if he outplays Kirk in practice?
For me, there's no condition where I start him week one. Look, and Kenny Pickett looked good in the preseason.
That's your boy too. That's your boy too. I know it.
So I don't put any stock into playing well in the preseason at all. I like what Coop, and it's hard to really trust coach talk, but what Kubiak's saying right now is that he doesn't want a rookie out there at the beginning of the season, and I'm hoping that at the earliest we see Mendoza was at week 8, at the earliest. I'm completely comfortable with him not playing at all his rookie year. Except for maybe some cleanup like time or in the case of it. Yeah.
That's more like 80s style.
I am Aaron Rodgers style.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers,
he also celebrated 420. Is that what you're about to say?
No. Okay. He's weird, but no. He hasn't made a decision on if he wants to play quarterback yet. This is the same stuff that this man does every year, and I just can't understand.
He's 175 years old. I give him all the time. Because what else are they going to do? In
they should have signed a quarterback.
They should have.
Matter of fact, go to Atlanta and say, look, because they don't want him. Go get the junior kid. Like, go get him. They don't want him.
They got options.
Jeez, I can't stand this guy, man. He's so annoying, bro.
All right, so we discussed Mendoza, another person in this draft for fantasy purposes that gets a lot of attention. Mendoza, we said, was probably the only quarterback worth drafting because Ty Simpson is not. I think Jeremiah Love might be the only for fantasy football purposes rookie year. I think he's the only one worth drafting for redraft.
Depends on where you go at.
And I alluded to that earlier. I said there's a guy in there that if he gets in the right position, he could be a stud rookie running back.
I think if he goes to Washington,
I
think Washington's a good landing spot. But for me, it's three players. Obviously, Mendoza, Jeremiah Love, and Tate. Tate are like three guys that I'm looking at that I could make instant impacts as far as being special this year. And there's a tight end that's kind of doing well too. But those three really, if you can get those, like I feel like fantasy drafts, especially not redrafts, more like dynasty. If you got picks, trade them all. Like seriously,
for this year,
just trade them all. Just like get some 27 picks because if you don't,
27 draft is going to be a whole other story.
Is where you want to be at, but it's nothing here. It's like, what do you do in that instinct when there's nothing to draft about?
Nothing sounds real
sad.
There's bits. There's not a lot. I say that.
You don't go Mendoza. I mean, you go Mendoza, but
you go Mendoza in Dynasty. I would not draft Mendoza in a redraft league because he might not play.
Well, you draft him late.
Yeah. Okay. I give it that. You give him.
I mean, I said late only because he could play at some point. Mm-hmm. But if he plays at some point, like his fantasy's a long season, by week 8 you may need him. So, I mean, if you want to
right about that,
that definitely be something. So we'll see. I mean, they say it's a deep wide receiver draft, but I don't see it. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I don't know, because I don't think this draft is good.
It's not a very deep draft in most positions.
We're
going to see a lot of defensive players. We're going to see a lot of offensive line guys going. But we are going to struggle to. I don't see this as a draft that has a lot of fantasy football draft value for you. I think it has for Dynasty League. There's some guys you can take flyers on.
That's it though,
and hope they develop into solid role players. I don't see. You know why we had that run of rookie wide receivers that were putting up 1,000 yards, like the Jamar Chases and the Justin Jeffersons.
I'd be surprised.
Carnell Tate, like you said,
might be the only one. And
there's some other guys I'm sort of interested in, but none of them to that level. If you're in the audience, in the chat, if there's a rookie that you're excited about, because we can be overlooking some people. I am interested in the draft tomorrow to see where some of these guys go, because, like you said, in the right position, my opinion might go a little bit higher on some of these guys, because like whoever gets drafted to the Raiders, it's gonna have to be an impact player.
I mean,
because they don't have any wide receivers.
Y'all need a receiver, but a lot of these guys you don't know their name, and that's kind of the issue. I think going into next 27 draft, man, it's gonna be so many quarterbacks and running backs. And now, one name to really look after, I think it's Jeremiah Love's backup.
Yeah, from Notre Dame. He sadly, in a lot of this, he's the second best running back, and he was a backup. So
that tells
you everything about this draft, right? There's
terrible
impact players are in some of our dynasty league. You see people trying to move these 2026 picks or 2027 picks because
it is bad how many trades I get on the daily basis from people.
So people are trying to make these moves. But before we go, is there some excitement for you in real NFL football that you're excited for what your 49ers might do? Who do you see coming?
Nothing.
Nothing.
For real. So, I ain't got nothing. I mean,
Well, from a Raiders standpoint, I'm semi excited because I'm hoping we have the franchise quarterback with Mendoza.
okay.
Hoping. And like I said, the one thing this draft is deep in is wide receivers. So I'm hoping that'll be the other thing we get. So other than that, that's about it for the night. So thank you for welcoming us into your home.
Always.
And
Family, man. Come on.
the next time maybe we're in the same place at the same time we do this again with all of our equipment so we can have a more consistent show. So sorry for those in the audience if we had some static or stuff going in and out. But appreciate y'all joining with us. We'll let y'all know when we're back again. And until then, enjoy the draft. Enjoy getting your teams ready for fantasy football. That's it.
Deuces.
All right, peace out.